Snowflake students blast exam board for GCSE paper featuring a rape victim character. An exam board has apologized after a raft of Snowflake students claimed a passage in their GCSE paper caused offense. An excerpt from His Eminence. Bates' classic novel. Students complained that the unseen text was taken from a book which details a character becoming pregnant after being raped by her employer, even though the passage included made no reference to abuse. The exam paper asked pupils to analyze the language used and the structure of the text in a description of character Alice and her parents selling produce from a van from the 1935 novel. Later on in the story, the protagonist is sexually abused by her employer and dismissed after she falls pregnant. This part of the novel, but delicate students claimed the text should have come with a trigger warning, the Daily Telegraph reported. Student Hadia Taberi wrote a letter of complaint to AQA claiming she was horrified to discover how the story develops after reading up on the rest of the book after her exam. Although I completely understand that AQA were not responsible for writing the fictional novel, you without a doubt had a vast amount of novels which you could pick from, the letter read. This exam may have very well acted as a trigger for underlying mental health issues which could have possibly affected and undermined their performance within the exam. In the letter, which she shared on social media, she claimed that AQA should take appropriate measures so such blunders are not repeated. Some people I know were actually disturbed and worried by the extract, Alana Kingsley, a pupil from Lowestoft, Suffolk, wrote on Twitter. Meanwhile, Saffron Wright wrote, imagine being a 16-year-old rape victim having to write a GCSE English exam about a girl who gets sexually assaulted and then later on raped. AQAU discussed, and it was not just students who took offense from the text. One mother wrote on, but Professor Frank Feudy, of the University of Kent, told when I was a kid, I read books that challenged and upset me. But I wasn't being triggered, I was being educated. The AQA board said it was sorry to hear that some pupils felt the unseen extract was inappropriate, adding that it would never want to upset anyone, the Daily Telegraph reported. An AQA spokesperson said there weren't any references to sexual assault on our GCSE English language paper. An extract on the paper was from a story that features this later on but this was an unseen extract, so no one had to read the whole story. I don't think the choice of extract was inappropriate, but we're sorry to hear that some people don't agree, as we'd never want to upset anyone. It comes after students hit out at exam board at Excel for asking GCSE biology pupils to identify a person's gender shown by a set of chromosomes. Scientists claimed the term sex should have been used as this refers to biological differences, while gender is a social construct. Love Island star Montana Brown hugs Mike Velocity's heartbroken mother outside court after. On behalf of the free world, thank you. The Queen pays tribute to D-Day heroes at 75th anniversary. Brothers, 14 and 13, who were murdered by their mother and uncle, died in hospital within 12. I hope you come to this country again soon, what the Queen told Donald Trump at the end of his wife, a former Premier League football star arrested for public indecency over sex with married Instagram cleanfluencer Mrs. Hinch is investigated over claims she plugged cleaning products. Mother of 4 primary school teacher, 48, who hardly ever drank collapsed and died after sharing. Shocking picture shows the lifeless body of a swan strangled to death by a woman in a park as RSPCA. Horrified British Airways passenger finds dried vomit all over his business class seat on a flight. Boris Johnson's fight back against £350m a week trial is delayed because the High Court judge woman who accused Cristiano Ronaldo of raping her in 2009 drops lawsuit in Las Vegas in order to Chronically ill father of 3, 48 who struggled to breathe and frequently passed out took his. Shocking new video shows mob attacking another Trump fan, this time an elderly man who they assault. Drivers fury as Sadiq Khan plans to introduce 20 mph limit to red routes in central London with. That's close enough, Jeremy. Awkward moment. Home Office tells Met Police it will fund hunt for Madeleine McCann for another year in.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.